Exactly 1 year ago today, I was homeless, sleeping in my car in the Staples parking lot of my hometown. And today, I'm 21 years old and I've generated over $100,000 directly from Upwork for both my own company and my clients' companies. And so in today's video, I'm going to walk you through my entire journey from attending a top-ranked college, dropping out, and being homeless to where I am today, which is generating hundreds of thousands of dollars directly from Upwork, traveling the world, and teaching other people how to do the same thing. So you might be wondering, who is this guy? Well, my name is Nico Hessel, and quite frankly, I am obsessed with Upwork. Upwork allowed me to scale my first company, which was a social media marketing agency, to $15,000 per month, escape homelessness, and start traveling the world. And 6 months ago, I started another company called Upwork Outbound, where we help B2B businesses and freelancers use Upwork to achieve the time freedom, location freedom, and financial freedom that I have. But I'll get to more on that later. And just because we're online and a lot of people lie, I put a screenshot of my bank account right in here. So you can see this is January of 2024, $14,713.72 going into the account that month. So that being said, you might be wondering, how did I go from homeless and sleeping in my car to generating $15,000 per month from Upwork? But to answer that question, I have to take you all the way back to 2022 when I was a senior in high school. And when I was in high school, I was a pretty good soccer player. And I ended up committing to Bates College to play soccer in college. And so you can see this is me up here. I started 14 out of 15 games as a freshman goalkeeper and overall just had an amazing season. But unfortunately, at the end of my season, my doctor told me I was going to need to have surgery on my shoulder and my hip. So unfortunately, my career was cut early due to injury. And honestly, that led to a pretty dark period in my life. Soccer was pretty much my entire identity at that point. I thought about it every day. I was playing it every day. I was constantly training. And to just have that completely taken out of my life was super disappointing. But regardless, when I was recovering from these surgeries, I ended up getting into entrepreneurship and honestly spent most of my days watching Alex Hormozi and Iman Gadzhi on YouTube. And I ended up actually buying Iman Gadzhi's course to start my social media marketing agency, which was awesome. But shortly after that, things took a turn for the worse and my parents ended up kicking me out of the house. And I'll be the first to say, I totally understand why they kicked me out. I was partying all the time. I was not treating people with respect. I was just being overall an idiot. And I totally get why they did it. But needless to say, it put me in a pretty tough spot. So I ended up moving into my car and renting a small office space for $100 per month. And this, as you can imagine, was pretty rough, right? I spent the vast majority of my nights sleeping in my 2014 Honda Civic with my knees bent and pushed up against the doors, right? And I was just sitting in the Staples parking lot all alone. And on occasion, I would sneak into my office and just sleep on the ground. But obviously, it was against the rules. So I didn't do that too often because if I'd gotten kicked out, I would have just been screwed. But you can see that in the lower left-hand corner. And so fun fact, during these 3 or 4 months that I was sleeping in my car, I obviously didn't have very much money or hardly any money at all. And so I couldn't buy super expensive groceries or anything like that. And so almost every single day, that entire period of time, I had a peanut butter sandwich for at least one of my meals that day. And honestly, during this time, I had nothing to do besides work. And so I was working 10 to 15 hours a day, 7 days a week. I made thousands of cold calls, sent hundreds of personalized emails, sent dozens of cold looms, submitted tons of Upwork proposals. And luckily enough, in June of 2023, 1 month after I'd gotten kicked out of my house, I landed my first client for $500 per month. And just 1 month after that, in July, I signed my second client from Upwork for $500 per month. And after that, in August, I signed 2 more clients and was able to move out of my car and start traveling the world. So first, I went to Mexico. And over the 4 months that I was in Mexico, I was able to scale my social media marketing agency to $15,000 per month. And when I did that, I started traveling even more. And so in the last 12 months alone, I've been to the US, Canada. You can see me in Mexico right here, in Argentina right here. I'm in Uruguay right here. I've been to Vietnam. I've been to Thailand. I've been to the Philippines. I've truly been all around the world because I have the skill set of earning tens of thousands of dollars per month directly from Upwork. And so like I mentioned in the beginning of this video, 6 months ago, I started a company called Upwork Outbound, where we help freelancers use Upwork to gain the time freedom, location freedom, and financial freedom that I have and so many people want. And so if you are interested in working one-on-one with me to make thousands of dollars every single month from Upwork, you can click the link below, book a meeting with me to see if you'd be a good fit.